We're at the Renewable Energy Fair in Oregon, Illinois. We just saw a talk about deep energy reductions in existing homes. And this is Linda Wigington who did the talk, and it was great. So can you tell us about the 1,000 Home Challenge and your project in general, and how people can get in touch with you?
Sure. 1,000 Home Challenge is a project to demonstrate the potential for transforming existing housing across North America in terms of how it performs, particularly in terms of energy use and environmental impact. So we are in the pilot stage at this point. We're still working things out, but the idea is to recruit those folks who are interested in being climate champions, that want to demonstrate with their house or their project the potential to achieve a 75% reduction in energy use, and willing to share the results, share their experiences with others, so that we can build the expertise and knowledge, mobilize the resources, develop the capacity to figure out how to do this and how to do it with each sequential house even better. That's sort of the 1,000 Home Challenge in a nutshell.
So how do people who might be interested in this, either from the information or the input standpoint, how do they get in touch with you?
We have some information on our website. Our website is affordablecomfort.org, so that's like it sounds, affordable, AFFORDABLECOMFORT, affordablecomfort.org, org, not com, not net, org. And to get to the 1,000 Home Challenge, you have to go to ACI Initiatives and then click down on 1,000 Home Challenge. And there's the introductory information on how to, what your threshold allowance would be. The idea of the 1,000 Home Challenge is that meeting the reduction is not based on predicted results, it's not based on modeled results, it's based on where the rubber meets the road, what the energy use of your house is after you actually go through doing the variety of things you're doing. And we're not just talking about efficiency, we're talking about efficiency, renewables, lifestyle choices, as well as community solutions. So that initial information is on our website right now, and we also do a webinar, so you would contact me by email to get the information on that webinar, because of travel schedule, it's not always offered at the same weekly time. But that would be my name. My email address is lwigington@affordablecomfort.org, and that would be LWIGINGTON. So L Wigington, no punctuation, at affordablecomfort.org, and my name's also on information we've got on our website. So the first step to be involved is just to find out a little bit more about what the 1,000 Home Challenge is, find out whether or not it meets your needs, your interests, what you want to do, and get an understanding of how hard it is. And our goal has been to make sure that it's equally hard for everybody, regardless of how new a house is, how old a house is, how big a house is, how small a house is, whether it's a cold climate, a hot climate. We want to challenge everyone equally, at least challenge everyone. So we are talking about a pretty substantial reduction in energy use.
This is a Chevy S10 converted by a man named Dave Lewis, Byron, Illinois. It's a 120 volt system. The motor is a Warp 9 made by an outfit called NetGain. He has a 220 line that charges the battery pack. 16 of the batteries, or 14 of the batteries are under the bed. The other 6 are up here. There's 20 all total. The controller is right under this box here. All the positive connections and negative connections are separated in 2 separate boxes for safety. There's a DC converter that converts the 120 to keep a 12 volt battery charged. This 12 volt battery runs all the accessories in the vehicle, so there was no wiring change to anything in the vehicle. All the lights and switches and signals are all 12 volt, just as they used to be. It's made it up to a standard 5-speed transmission. Standard transmission is a much better candidate than an automatic. The automatic just sucks up too much energy to be used. Dave has a regular clutch. He shifts through the through gears just like you normally would. There's a vacuum motor over here that produces vacuum that powers the power brake system. Can't mess with that or Illinois won't give you a license. I don't know what else I can tell you. That's about it.
Thanks.
It goes about 50 to 55 miles range, and it charges overnight.
So about a 6-hour time?
6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how deep you've discharged, determines how long it takes to recharge.
What would the life on these batteries be?
I'd say at least 5 years. He had to replace this battery pack after 5 years because he had a threaded stud terminal. He was led to believe that that was fine for an electric vehicle, but the truth is it was only rated for 60 amps. And he runs sometimes 300 amps go through that connection. So what happened was the lead softened up to the point where the stud started pulling its way out of the lead and basically ruined the batteries. So he had to replace the whole battery pack. 5 years. He's been driving this car for 6 years.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, sir.
What we've got here is Green Switch, and it's a brand new energy saving system that just came out at Christmas time. What you have is a master power switch that controls any light switch, thermostat, and or outlet that you put in with the system. So the whole logic of it is it's kind of a 3-in-1 energy saver. It's making it easy for you to save energy because rather than running around the house turning off power strips, worrying if you left a light on in the basement or if a kid's left a light on upstairs, all you have to do when you walk out of your home or your office, or when you go to bed at night actually, is you just flip this one switch down. It's got a 30-second delay on it, so it gives you a chance to get out the door or under the covers. And what it's going to do is turn this light switch off, which is this light here, so it represents turning off the light that got left on. It takes the thermostat, which is a very easy to use thermostat as well as powerful and versatile. It takes this back to an economy mode, and then it also takes the outlet here and it turns the power off to that. So we're back in that 3-in-1 kind of thing. And if you've been hanging out in energy efficiency land lately, the big buzzword in energy efficiency is behavior. They're trying to find a way to change people's behavior, and they like us because we make it really easy. If you looked here, I didn't point at it, I was talking too much. What you've got here is this outlet went down, and notice that the phantom power load to my television is turned off, so you've killed that, but the alarm clock is alive. This really is just here because it's easier to carry it around to a show than a DVR or something that's got programming. It's our way of showing you that you can get an outlet from us where both of the plugs are killed, or where one stays live and the other one is killed. So if you have something like a computer sharing an outlet with other things, that you don't want to lose power to both of those. The other reason we're so popular now is that we're easy for initial install as well as retrofit. Here's what the components literally are. They're kind of like GFIs. So all you have to do is pull out an existing electric component and wire this in essence, just like anything you get from Home Depot. All the controls are right here in this, so you don't have to have computer or any other kind of interface. This is the brains of the system, and then you go through your home or your business and you figure out where you've got your energy wasters, whether it's your light switches or your outlets, and then you just pull out your outlet or your light switch, replace it with one of ours, power it up, it self-networks, you lock the system down and you're done. So you could do a whole house with one master switch and control it that way, or it's even powerful enough that if you want to, you could create zones. So you could have an office zone at home versus a residential zone. Oh, I forgot to turn it back on, sorry. So that the cool thing about it too is lights have override capabilities, so you don't have to worry about waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and you can't turn a light on. And then also, when you flip the switch back up, when you come home or you wake up, it's re-energized the outlet, and notice that it hasn't turned the light back on, unless you want it to. It has options to do that kind of thing. But the whole point is to save you energy.